Yes, at 3:30 magka-countdown lang si Valren, parang 5 seconds lang ata 'yun.
Oo.
Tapos pasok ka na, wala ng video.
My video, I think it disappeared.
Okay. Pasend na lang ng link, please, so I can check that from my end. Thank you.
Wala yung feed ni Rian.
I think my feed lost.
There.
Oh, there, it's back.
I'm back.
Did I tell everyone to return back? Or is it everyone just waiting? Oh, there's people waiting. Oh, now I could see it on YouTube. There. It's there.
Sige, Nige, are you okay? Well,
Yo, John, everyone's saying hi.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah,
Give me a
check the
second.
comment section. And everyone's saying hi.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
CIIT, good afternoon. Let me know if you're hearing me or if you're seeing me with a comment in the comment section. So let me check first, okay? I just have to make sure about this one. CIIT students, hello. If you're hearing me or you're seeing me, please say hi. There, hi Victor, nice to see you. Hi Michelle, hello Michaela. Juliana, John, wow, I can catch up. Hello, wow. Okay, I can't catch up anymore. Wow. Hello everyone, and it's nice to be back officially. So apologies for a little bit of inconvenience a while ago. We actually started something, but we found out that we had a little bit of problem, so we had to fix that. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for staying on this beautiful Friday afternoon. So we got a green light confirmation that we're live. Hello, hello, CIIT. You guys rock with the comment section. You are the most active school that um, we went into. So hello. And it's funny because I've been reading your replies a while ago. There's 11 hue 11. I don't know what's that, saturation or something. Is that your third sections? And yeah, and there's banana. There's hot dog. I've seen hot dog a while ago. Yes, hello. Hi. Hype, 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 hype. Banana. Okay, so let's start this. Good afternoon and welcome to this a special edition of what we call the Sony Alpha Digital Learning Program. This is the first time I believe that we are doing this for your school, for CIIT. We've been to the universities, but for the past year, so we're doing digital now. And my name is Nigel Ian Laxamana. I've been an advertising photographer and a commercial director for 11 years now. And joining me this afternoon is Kyrke Jaleco. He's a director as well. So we're gonna learn something today about starting your career as a digital content creator. So if you have questions, I know you've answered a survey, but if you have questions, just comment on the comment box, and we'll enjoy this session for an hour and a half. So expectations from today, we're going to share, of course, our experience about um, the industry and how you can be a good content creator. Of course, that's Kurt's expertise. But more importantly, we'd like to introduce a new camera for you guys. It's recently been launched. It's the Sony Alpha 7C. Now, I've been in the industry, fortunately, for the past 10 years, more than 10 years. And, this industry of ours, not just animation, but photography and filmmaking, it's constantly evolving. I know you've heard some words like content creation, content integration, or content distribution. You know, and let's not forget the one thing you always hear: content is king. But as much as these terms get thrown out, as you begin to build your career in this business, you might actually been wondering why content is really important. Whatever platform you use, whether it's IGTV, TikTok, YouTube, or Facebook, each of this has different disciplines. And if you have a rocking content, then you're in for a great start. But uploading a bunch of photographs or videos, or edited videos simply won't cut it. I'll be honest with you. You need content that's actually valuable to your audience. So it's not just making one video that's going to be viral, because you won't stand long in this industry. But you need a valuable content. And what I realize now is, being a creator in this year, like for example, this new decade, 2020, you must be involved in both photography and videography. When I started, you can only choose between photography and videography. But some clients today actually want a creator that can shoot photos and videos. And of course, if you're going to that direction, you need equipment that will help you create your content. Unfortunately, not all equipment are capable of doing both photos and videos. Some are good in photos, some are good in videos, but this is why Sony came up with the solution, this system called the Alpha system, which are cameras that are designed to fit both for photography and videography. But before we move forward, I know she's been answering your chat box, so it's not just me and Kirk today doing this session with you. We also have today Rian and John who will be joining us in the session. Hello, Rian and John.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Heyo!
Hello,
Afternoon.
Rian and John with those coordinated sunset background.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Sunset
still
We have
I
a
background.
hope
theme here.
I hope you're still doing great and
Yeah, we're
every
still okay.
you're still okay.
We
Yeah, so
good.
let's enjoy the session. I would like to greet again. You want to greet your friends, Rian and John? Oh, Rian, you have a
Yo!
fans club.
What's
Alright.
up?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's actually John. It's all Jap
Yeah,
and
that's my
Senpai
nickname
and
po.
wow. I I
It's
didn't
kind of a
I
nickname.
didn't I didn't notice that you have a fans club.
Almost everyone here is like year 11 or I somehow know them.
So good luck on that, John. So Ogido. Oh, yeah. So hello everyone. Welcome to a very active chat box. Okay, Rian and John. Before we start, what are your expectations in this?
Well, we want to learn on how we could jumpstart our career, of course, like what the title said. We want to learn how we could start our jobs as artists or photographers, any type of media.
Yeah, very true.
How about you, John? Same.
Uh, I like I used to have like that type of mindset that oh, with any technology, it's gonna be really good. But like, of course, that's a blatant lie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm expecting like how to start your career or like I don't know how is it really like to be in the industry, that type of stuff.
Yeah. And that last question of you, John, I can answer. It's tough. You want to be in the industry, it's really tough. So you have to bring your A game almost actually every time you create something for your clients. No, I'd like to tell a story before I move forward. When I started as a photographer. And back in college, it's a requirement for us to have a camera for, this is my course is advertising. So it's a requirement for us to have a camera. And I selected a camera, but I found out after a year when I started working, I was still in fourth year college then. Um, I realized that that particular camera is not really useful for the thing that I want to focus on. So I started shooting for travel magazine called Lonely Planet, and it's a good camera, but it doesn't pass the requirements of my editors. So starting your career, not only involves you know content, not only involves ideas, but you must have a great tool that will help you that will help you create far more better content. And that's why today we're gonna introduce first CIIT and John and Rian this new camera. I think, if I'm not mistaken, you're the second school in the Philippines to have this live demo done. It's called the Alpha 7C, and I'd like to do a short demo about this particular camera. So if we can go full screen on this one. There you go. All right. So this is a camera that works for both photo and video. Let me switch to this second camera. Okay, so this is the Alpha 7C live feed. So you'll expect a little bit of delay, but this is a live feed from the camera. And this is another Sony camera, my main camera. All right, so I'd like to tell you why the A7C, the Alpha 7C, is great for photos and videos. Photos, number one, it's great for photography because it's full frame. To talk about this in the simplest terms, I know if you have a full frame camera, a 35 millimeter full frame camera, you'll have a better rendition of resolution and you'll have a better rendition of the dynamic range. You have an expanded dynamic range. I know some of you are into animation and you want to at least have the brightest and the darkest tones, the dark tones, and you want to also render those colors, the farmer colors, the better. Unfortunately, not all cameras, if you find those inspirations like sunset or sunrise, not all cameras are capable to take those photographs for your inspiration, for your panels, for your frame. So thankfully, each Sony full frame camera like the Alpha 7C is capable to render that vast dynamic range that you need when you do your animation or when you do your photography. And going into the video, there are actually three benefits that I like about the Alpha 7C. First is it shoots 4K, the 4K resolution. I think you know it. Second is it shoots vertical video, meaning you don't have to take videos on a normal 16 by 9 resolution, an aspect ratio. All you have to do is to rotate the camera, and then when you copy it on your computer, the computer and the editing suite can automatically detect that it's a vertical video. So it's easier to edit when you do your IGTV or you want to do your TikToks. So imagine if you have a good camera and then you have this great quality on your TikTok upload. And thirdly is what I love about Sony. I've been using Sony for the past 8 years. What I love about this system is its technology. It's really impressive. I'd like to do a little demo, right? So this is the A7C camera. If you notice, there's a square box on my eye. It's because I told the camera, please track my right eye. So it has this amazing eye autofocus technology that can constantly focus on your eye. So if I'm going to move, okay, it still tracks the eye, and I can select whether the camera will focus on my right eye or on my left eye. But today, on this particular session, I'm telling the camera, select my right eye. So all you have to do is, focus now on what you want to say in front of the camera. So you don't have to go here and, do the focus. I've seen some creators do that. And next is this particular new camera has this awesome technology called subject shift sensitivity, in which you can tell the camera which one to focus, which subject you focus, and it can transition very smoothly. I'd like to show a little demo. Sorry, this is all I have. This is a lens cap, and you can instantly notice that the camera picked up the object. But if I put it down, the camera again detects my eye. So this one, you see, right there. And then, okay, and then here. So it automatically tracks the eye. So even if I have these distractions, the camera can intelligently detects my eye. And so I think we have a question. Let me check on the feed. Okay, so we have a question. Now, where's that? Okay, from Agatha. Is that okay for short film? Yes, Agatha, it is okay for a short film. I've shot a TV commercial with the A7C. It's okay for short films. Yeah. And other questions? If you have a question, you guys are really fun. I must be professional. Okay, so I'm gonna bring back John now and Rian. Okay, John, Rian, how do you think of the camera?
It's pretty cool, honestly.
It actually
Okay, ladies first. Ladies first. Rian,
Yes,
alright.
senpai.
senpai. Okay, why do they call
I
you
actually
senpai?
really like the
Everyone's calling you
camera. I like
senpai.
how there's an senpai is kind of like the Japanese term for
Yeah.
upperclassman also known as your superior, basically.
Yeah. So you're superior in CIIT, so I have to senpai.
It's because I'm a year level higher than the people who are calling me a senpai.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, Rian, you're saying.
All right, I actually like the camera. It pinpoints everything that you want to focus on. It's great that you don't need to adjust that much because when it comes to phone, I take it and then I always have to press to adjust the focus. Meanwhile, for this camera, it seems to be automatic, so that's great.
Yeah. And how about you,
Yeah.
Jap? I think people are calling you Jap.
Yeah, that's my nickname po kasi. So like that.
Jap. All right. So I'm gonna call you Jap.
Yeah, I like the subject thing talaga the most. Kasi if you see like most YouTubers, in order for them to focus, like, they have to literally put their hand in the back
Yeah, like
in
this,
order to
right?
focus it. Yeah, like parang ganun.
Yeah.
Like as you can see, like this is my parang ganun. And like I like how you don't even need to do that. It's like I like it. It's a pretty nifty trick.
Yeah. It's an intelligent camera. All you have to do is press the red button and then say what you want to say. Do what you want to do. So again, this is the A7C camera. Okay, so Calico is asking about the price. I'll tell you the price later on after our workshop. We're gonna focus first on learning how to be a good content creator. So I won't take much this long. Thank you, Rian and John, and I won't take much of this long technical thing because I'm really excited about introducing our guest for today. So our guest for today is actually a director. He's a photographer and a videographer. He's a new member of the Sony Alpha professional family, and some people call him the all-around visual guru. So aside from travel videos, this guy is actually passionate in creating music videos, and people won't call him the visual guru if he doesn't create great content. And CIIT, I'd like you to watch this a video of his.
Yeah, I was born to be the greatest. Yeah, I was born to be a favorite. Look, mom, on the billboard, I made it. That's what I dream every day, so I say it. But I was born to be the realest. Yeah, I was born to be the illest. I'm about to start the show. Yeah. You try to knock me down, you try to take my crown, but look at me now. Yeah, look at me now. Yeah. Hey, you cannot stop me, you cannot stop me. Go!
All right. Hello, Kurt. Good afternoon, my friend.
Hey Nigel,
Hi.
hey
How are you
Rian
holding up,
and
Kurt?
John.
Oh, Kurt,
Hello
meet
po.
Rion and John.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
hello to everyone who's tuned in right now, CIIT students as well.
Kurt, how are you holding up? How are you, my
Everything's
friend?
good. Everything's good. Everything's slightly going back to normal with projects and content creation. So
Yeah,
it's
actually,
good.
you have a lot of comments, Kurt. The
Oh,
video's so dope. It's amazing. Looks cool.
thanks
Some
guys.
people are hungry. A very active comment section we have here. Thank you, CIIT. I really enjoyed this comment section. Okay,
Very
so
active.
everybody is saying hi to you, Kirk, and greet everyone if if you have the comment section feed.
Hey guys, sorry I don't have the comment section open, but
Yeah, I was born to be the greatest. Yeah, I was born to be your favorite. Look, mom, on the billboard, I made it. That's what I dream every day, so I say it. But I was born to be the realest. Yeah, I was born to be the illest. I'm about to start the show. Yeah. You try to knock me down, you try to take my crown, but look at me now. Yeah, look at me now. Yeah. Hey, you cannot stop me, you cannot stop me. Go!
Hey, thank you, you loyalists. Thank you.
thank you for being patient.
Yes, I think Kirk, I can formally say this, and it's the right thing to say. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel.
Back to our live stream. Welcome.
Thank you guys. You're so sweet. Thanks for sticking. And you have wonderful questions. I couldn't keep up. And that's a wonderful discussion. You have great uh, question. Now you find me funny about that. Welcome back. That's true. Welcome back to to our channel. So right where we left off, you saw the reel of Sony Alpha professional Kyrke Jaleco. Kurt, just a question. Um, when did you started this? Oh, sorry. Um, how long were you able to come up with that particular reel? Is that just the work for the past year, past 2 years?
That reel was just for 2019. 2019 has been a very packed year as a creator, and this year it slowed down, but it's definitely picking up again. And hoping for a
All right.
2020, 2021 reel that is as packed as last year.
Yeah, the 2020 reel is us in front of our cameras
Yeah,
on meetings.
like this one.
Yeah, I know. Hello again, Rian and Jap, the senpais of
Hi.
CIIT.
Raising your hand,
Thanks
please.
for sticking. And for those loyalists, we will give you a loyalty award on your graduation. You got a loyalty award. Okay, right where we left off. Okay, you're still here at the Sony Alpha Digital Learning Program, Part 3. It's about starting your career as a content creator. And I'd like to give the floor now to Mr. Kyrke Jaleco, who will be sharing with us about his beginnings and how to be a good content creator. So, Kurt, how did you really start as a content creator?
Okay, I'm a fine arts graduate, and I actually jumped into, I guess, almost every discipline, art discipline that there is. And I'll be sharing it with you guys with this presentation. If we could show it right now. director and a content creator. I've been doing. Hello, can everyone hear me? Hello. Oh, hello. Is it okay now? Or hello? Mic test. Mic test. Hello. Hello.
Kurt, you're good.
Okay. All right. So, okay, I'm Kyrke Jaleco. I'm a director and a content creator. I've been doing this professionally for almost 3 years now. And okay, so let's start with my background. Um, I'm a fine arts graduate in UP Baguio. Um, I started out having my passion as a painter and a sculptor. So for the first 3 years in college, I've been doing paintings and actually won a few art contests, student art contests with painting and sculpture. And I was really very passionate about this discipline way back then when I was in college. But there was this turning point before my fourth year where it was my first time to hold a camera, an SLR with the film rolls, and the first time I pressed that shutter, I was really amazed on having this blurred background and everything. It was something new to me, and it really got my interest. And on my graduating year, I actually had photography as my thesis. And it was a transition that I didn't see coming. I've been really passionate about painting ever since I was young, up to my third year in college. And during my fourth year, I never thought that, wow, this is an interest that I never thought I'd have. So I had a thesis about photography, recreating painterly like photos. Here, as you can see, it's an expressionist art movement that I tried to replicate through photography. And that's when it all started. Okay. After I graduated, I ventured more into photography, doing portraits, fashion, everything under the photography umbrella. And after graduating, of course, we all need a job, and that's when I realized that I need to earn through this newly found passion. So that's when I ventured into wedding photography, shooting debuts, weddings, events, because back then it was where money is and where it's available for me. I couldn't go into fashion photography right away or ads, billboards. I had to start somewhere, and wedding and events is what's available during that time. So that's when I was open to this the business world, the business side of art creating. And with that being said, as an artist, as a content creator, you really have to find your niche. Okay. So what I thought was mine was really not. Okay. So it means that, so the lesson with that journey is, um, you really have to find, um, what benefits you. Okay, it's not really, really about pursuing your passion all throughout. You know, you really have to adapt, to change to what's available, to what's in right now. Um, this is not to discourage you. No, you have to follow your passion, to follow what you like. But I'm just showing you the possibilities that what your passion may not be what your career would be. Okay, I was passionate about painting, but I ended up as a director for my career. And I'm not saying directing and video creation is not, what I'm passionate about. It is, but it's not what I saw coming. Okay, so after you found that niche, that style, that discipline you want to pursue, you have to identify your other interests. Okay, I mean, to find your niche, you have to identify your interests. Okay, after you identified your interests, you have to identify if it's profitable. That's what happened to me. You know, photography is my interest, but I had to find a way that it is profitable, because you can't be starving artists. We have to adapt. We have to keep living. Okay, and during that time, I was way back 2013, 2014. There was this sudden change in content creation. Instagram was booming, Facebook was booming, and somehow I saw that photography was kind of slowing down. Static ads were slowing down, and that's when I tried to explore, um, videography. I and it's for me lang. Like, I had this vision that video would be the next photo. It, everything will be replaced with video, with dynamic images. Static images would be second. Unlike before, that static images, billboards, ads was the big thing. And now, with the digital world that's evolving right now, it's really evolving into videos. You have moving videos as billboards right now. Facebook ads, Instagram ads. It's all videos. Okay, so that's when I explored videography. As I said earlier, um, I was into wedding events photography, and my next step was to explore wedding and event videography. Okay, so that's where I started creating income. Okay, but as you all know, as a freelancer, it's not stable. Okay, you can't have really stable income. It's either a one-time big-time deal, or every other month. But so back then, I really had to make sure that I have stable income. So aside from freelancing, I tried getting into a job. I was a graphic artist in Globe Telecom for around 3 years. But while I was a graphic artist as an employee in a company, I didn't leave that freelance side I had. I still continued creating, I still continued doing videos on the side. You don't have to leave it totally behind, because it's what I'm passionate about. It's what I want eventually. The graphic graphic artist job is just something that, you know, would secure my future for now, and to save up for bigger investments for what I truly am passionate about. Okay, so after identifying your niche, your style, your what you love doing, if you want to be profitable, if you want to earn and grow a career out of it, you have to identify the competition in your industry. Okay, so it's the art industry is a very cramped world. Okay? There's so much people, there's so much talented artists everywhere. So you really have to identify your competition. Okay, when you identify your competition, it narrows your path even more. Okay, your career path. Okay, so for me, as a wedding and events videographer, it was a very hard competition. Everyone's doing it. There's a lot of talented videographers out there. And that made me decide that I have to step out of that. I have to go in a different ladder. Okay. After identifying that your competition, you have to identify your strengths and uniqueness as an artist. Okay. So for me, back then, social media was booming. Um, that's when travel was booming as well, because everyone's just posting about travel, photos, videos online, and it's an industry that hasn't been really explored. So I tried to identify the competition in that certain discipline, that genre, travel videography, and there wasn't really any. So I think that it was the perfect opportunity to start something. So I identified with strengths and uniqueness that I can do this. I can do travel videography. It's not really far off from wedding and events. It's the same thing. It's just capturing different moments, travel moments, adventures, and after I identified those strengths and uniqueness, I had to focus on those. Okay, build on those, be better on it, and you know, then you'd know your career path. Okay, after all of those identifying and focusing, okay, now you know where you are in the industry. Okay. So after that, after that you've decided to pursue this path, you need to start creating for your portfolio. Okay, this is when, as one of the questions earlier in the thread, it's when you start creating personal work. Okay, because personal work is actually where your style, your true skills come out. Okay, it's personally, I've gotten lots of clients through them watching my personal work. It's not them seeing my work from other clients, other brands, because when you do your personal work, you pour everything into it, your passion, what you like, everything you've been wanting to do, you pour it into that personal project, and that's important in creating your portfolio. Okay, personal projects to build your portfolio is key. Okay, now when you start creating your portfolio, you have to invest in your tools. There's this saying by Chase Jarvis that any camera that you have available right now is the best camera, which means whatever gear you have available to you, you can really actually do content with it. And it's the best tool you'd ever have. But when you invest in better gear, better tools, get better quality content. Okay, imagine you can do everything great, beautiful quality work with just maybe a simple camera or a simple tool. But imagine having the best available tool out there. Imagine the quality the tool would make, right? So that's one piece of advice that I really want to tell you guys, that you really have to invest in your tools. Okay, my story is when I decided to do videography professionally, I really had to save up for a camera that would really help me a lot. Okay, honestly, my first video camera was a uh, Sony A7S2 back then. Right? And it was the best investment. Okay? I created quality photos, videos with that camera, and no regrets. Okay? That's when clients started to notice my work, because back then it was mind blowing to see such quality videos. Okay, so investing in a camera or whatever tool that's necessary for the content you're creating is really important. Okay. All right. Next is to study continuously. Okay. Keep learning. Okay. There shouldn't be a day that you're not learning. You're not intaking info. Okay. There's lots of ready available information out there in the internet. Okay. Um, I actually graduated from the YouTube Academy, and everything's on YouTube. That's where I learned the cinematography, videography, photography, how to color my footages. Everything's out there, and I really like learning. Okay? So don't stop, but don't overconsume. Okay, that means you keep learning, but you're not applying it. Okay, so you really have to have an outlet. Once you learn something, you create. Okay, don't just stuff that knowledge in your head. You have to let it out. You have to create. Okay, so which leads us to me giving you quick tips on how to improve your videos. I know a lot of you here are filmmakers, aspiring filmmakers, aspiring animators, especially Rian and John. So even though you're in animation, I think this would really help in a way. Okay, so let me just show you a video I did for the Sony A7C launch.
Alpha.
All right. So that short video was shot on the Sony Alpha A7C, and there was a question earlier for Sir Nigel, that is it a good camera for short films? And it is, as you can see in that video. I used this small compact camera for that video, and it's just so easy to use. All right. So after showing that video, let me just show you frame by frame on how I created that. Okay. So there's this thing we call cuts. Okay, it's how we assemble our videos. We have different kinds of cuts. We have clean cut, the J cut, L cut, all of those. There's a lot of cuts we call, but in this video, I used two main cuts. Okay, so the first is called a fast cut. Okay, so what's a fast cut? Okay, so as you can see in this GIF, it starts with a long clip and quickly cuts into different scenes and then ends with another long clip. Okay. So fast cut means it's a different kind of um, it's a different kind of term for montage. It's really fast, quick cuts, scenes. And how can you utilize this in your films? I use it as a way to transition from scene to scene, starting from this lake shot and transitioning into the raft shot. Okay, I really didn't have to video the whole process of getting into the raft. I wanted to quickly transition to the next scene, and it's one way I used for it to happen. That's called fast cut. Okay. So the next cut I used, which was used a lot in this video, is called a match cut. Okay. So it's literal. It's a matching cut from different scenes. Okay. So here, the first scene starts in the city and quickly cuts into the lake. Okay, I'm sorry. It's loading. Can you hear me, guys? Okay, so here it is. So city, then quickly match cuts into the lake. Um, as you can see in the first scene in the city, was very shaky, intense, and cuts into a very peaceful scene. Okay. Um, I played around with the camera's steady shot settings, the in camera stabilization. Okay. In the first scene, it was off, so it was natural handheld shake. Okay. And in the second scene in the lake, I turned on the in-camera stabilization, and even though I was using it handheld, it was rock stable. Okay. So the camera has a feature that is specially designed for this compact camera, the in-camera stabilization. Okay. So it's surprising to see technology like this in a small compact camera. Okay. So yeah, that's what we call a match cut. I have another example here. Okay, so in match cuts, it doesn't literally mean you have the same image overlap and match to each other. It could also be an action, like here. Okay, so the first match cut was the talent pointing in the camera. So it's an action match cut. So, and the second one is her flopping down on the couch with her arms open. Okay, so it doesn't really have the same exact scenes and composition as my example earlier. Here, it's a match cut because of the action. So you can really play around with those. Okay, so next is how to produce cinematic videos with a full frame camera. Okay, so for the aspiring filmmakers who's tuned in right now, maybe you can consider this as one of your tools for your upcoming short films that you want to produce. Okay, and here are a few tips on how to produce cinematic videos with this camera. Okay, so the camera has a feature that is 4K and shoots 24p. Okay, so to produce cinematic footages, it's best to shoot in 4K and in the natural cinematic frame rate, which is the 24 frames per second. Okay, so there are lots of advantages in shooting 4K. So you can recompose your footages, you can crop in, and you still have this quality. And with the Sony camera, with the A7C, the 4K files are actually light, and you won't really need to worry about your workflow. It's light files, and it won't be a problem. Okay. Next is we have what we call the 180-degree rule. Okay. I won't go too technical on this, but when we have the 180-degree rule, we have this cinematic feel to it. Okay. What it means is you have to double your shutter speed. Okay. If you're shooting 24 frames per second, your shutter should be double. Okay. With the A7C, the next available shutter speed is 1/50. Okay, so that's double 24. And if you're shooting 60 frames per second for slow-mo, your shutter speed should be around 1/120. Okay, so why do we do this? When we do the 180-degree rule, we have motion blur. Okay, why is motion blur important? When we watch movies, when we watch cinematic films, it mimics what we see. The motion blur mimics what we see in our actual eyes. So it makes it look cinematic. Here are examples. Okay. In the left screen, we have motion blur, and on the right screen, we do not have motion blur. Okay. So as you can observe, in the right frame, it looks very choppy. You can see every frame, every movement that's happening in the frame. It's very, real time, very HD, and it doesn't really give that cinematic look to it. Unlike on the left frame, it has this natural motion blur. You know, it's easy on the eyes. And how do we achieve the 180-degree rule? Okay, of course, when we use a low shutter speed, our images tend to be bright, very bright, because it's a lower shutter speed. That's when we compensate with an ND filter. So basically, the ND filter is what you attach to in front of your lens, and it acts like sunglasses. Okay, so with an ND filter on in front of your lens, you can be able to lower your shutter speed and have that cinematic look, that motion blur we desire. for cinematic looks. So there, motion blur is the key. As you can see, you can compare in both images. Motion blur really gives off that natural uh, blur we see in our naked eyes. So remember that motion blur, it's if you're doing your films or videos, if you really want to have that natural feel that is easy on the eyes, you really have to push to have motion blur in your videos. Okay, so next is I did speed ramping in the Sony A7C launch video, but it was in just one frame, which is this part. Okay, so what is speed ramping? Speed ramping is play of time. Okay, so you're playing with the speed of your footages. So this may not be the best example for it, but I used it in the video. So I'm showing you another example of a video I really used speed ramping a lot. So here's a short video I made. And if you can just show the whole video, please.
Oh girl, just say something. Oh baby, won't you say something? No running, you got me thinking about the thing what I've been through. I don't know if I can do this on my own. No. Oh baby, tell me what to do. I don't know if I can do this on my own. No. Well, fuck it, I'm just saying I don't know if I can go through this alone. On my own. Oh, nah, nah.
All right, so as you saw in that video, especially when the music drops in the chorus, I really use speed ramping a lot, slow mo, then fast, then slow again, then speed ramp, I really played with speed ramping a lot in that video. And it's a really helpful technique for anyone, actually even for animation, Speed ramping is a creative way to play around with your video. It gets your audience hooked as well. It's interesting, it's dynamic, it's very it's playful to the eyes. And actually, a quick story about that video. It's the very first personal video I did after I left my job as a graphic artist. So it's a really special video to me. It's when I decided that I want to pursue content creation. Okay, so, and surprisingly, after I created that Dubai video, that's when international clients started to notice me. I got gigs in Dubai after this video. Okay? And that's when that's what I was telling you, that you really have to invest in your own time to create personal content, because you never know what will happen, who will see this eventually, potential clients, brands. And it's a special video because that's when started getting gigs from Dubai. I've been flying in and out Dubai for the past 3 years, and because of that video, and it's because it's a personal video that I poured my heart into. All I know, all the techniques I know, I poured it into this video. This was way back 2017, I think. Okay, so going back to speed ramping, um, there's this proper way on how to speed ramp. Okay, so let me show you this example. Okay, I hope you can see it. Right in the middle of the video, there's this snap to it. Okay, there was this abrupt stop to the video from fast to slow. It was a snap. It was a quick snap, and that's what we want to avoid. In the timeline, it looks like this. It's a quick, abrupt from fast to slow mo. Okay, we don't want that snap. It's not easy to the eyes of your viewers. Okay? It's weird. It's abrupt. So what we want is when we do speed ramping, it should have that flow. Okay, so here's an example. Okay, in this video, you really don't see that snap anymore. It's gradual from fast to slow. See, and here's the timeline image of that. So it gradually slopes down from fast to slow. Okay, so when you do speed ramping, it's really important to think of the curves. It's like a roller coaster. When you're in a roller coaster, you ride up slow, and you go fast, then you go up slow, fast. So that's the same concept of speed ramping. You want that flow like a roller coaster. It gives that easy feeling to your viewers that it's not abrupt or there's no snaps to your videos. Okay, so just a quick comparison of your speed ramping. This is the snap version, and this is the one with the nice flow too. Okay. Now let's go to sound design. Sound design is really essential to your videos. Okay. So in my Sony A7C video launch, I used sound design to create it. When you have sound design, it immerses your audience. Okay, it's just not like a typical music video or any video that was just um, slapped with music on it. Okay, if you really want to engage your audience and have that immersive feeling to it, you have to play with sound design. Okay, and let me show you how I was able to apply that in the Sony launch video. You could show the video, please. Okay, so as you can see, there are so many layers here, which is composed of different sounds. And all of those sounds came from this camera, the Sony A7C. And it has an internal mic that was used. I didn't need an external mic, a shotgun mic, like you see in YouTubers. Okay, all I had was the internal mic of this camera, and as you can see in this timeline, all the blue waves are from the camera. The green ones are sound effects and risers that I just added on later. But all the others were straight out of the camera, and maybe you didn't notice this when you watched the full video, but it really gave you that immersive feeling to it, like you're in that world you're watching. It's very 3D, okay, and that's why sound design is important. You know, it's subtle. It's a subtle um, technique, but it really gives that impact to your content, to your videos. Okay, so you have to practice that sound design. So, which brings us to other Sony A7C features that helped me create that video. Okay. So, with that camera, with this camera, the flip screen helped a lot. Okay, so the flip screen, you really don't see this in a lot of Sony cameras. It's one of the first two models to have one. And if you plan on investing a Sony camera, the Sony A7C would be the perfect partner because having a flip screen in your video cameras and creating your short films or your content, it's a big help. Okay? It's really easy to just look at your feed, your video feed, while having the flip screen instead of just being on the back of the camera. Okay? So you don't need to get external monitors to view your shots because you have this flip screen. Okay, and the portability of this camera is just awesome. It's very compact. It's lightweight. You can go anywhere if you're interested in travel content creation. This would be the perfect partner for you as well. You can just place it in a small bag, put it out, shoot anything you like. It doesn't. It's not heavy, so you really don't feel the strain on your arms, even if you're shooting the whole day. So getting this camera would be really a good investment, especially if you really want to take your content creation seriously. It's small, it's compact, and yeah. And the other features were mentioned earlier by Sir Nigel. The IAF, the AI features of it, and yeah. After investing in your tools, what I said earlier, after creating your portfolio, learning, studying techniques, styles, ways to create content. Um, this leads us to investing more. Okay? Investing more means getting greater quality content. Okay? Especially for cameras, with the Sony A7C, if you invest more in your lenses, other accessories from Sony, it would really benefit you to take your content to the next level. Okay, so for me right now, I still keep on investing more because I really want to level up every time with my content. Okay, so here's a piece of advice I want to tell everyone. Okay, keep creating. Okay, I wish none of us, none of you guys would just sit around after creating, um, maybe let's say a masterpiece, after an artwork. After creating one, don't stop. Okay, look for ideas, get inspiration, feel motivated, and keep creating. Constant learning, constant creating. It will really hone your skills. It will really build your career as a content creator. And when you keep on creating, as what I said earlier, keep creating personal content. Okay? That's when your true work shows. That's when you show your personality in your work, and that's when you gain an audience. That's when you attract brands, audience, clients. So yeah, keep creating and don't stop. So that's the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys are still there listening.
Keep creating and don't stop. That's the whole purpose. So if you want to jumpstart your career, that's the best advice I can hear from today. Keep creating and don't
Yes.
stop. We mentioned earlier on the chat that just keep on creating, and do what you love. Create what you love. As Sir Kurt said, just you'll find out what you really want to do. So don't just get acquainted with likes or hearts. Create what you love,
Yes.
and
Create what makes you happy.
that's the key part. Yes, and I hope Rian and Jap, you learned a lot of things from Sir Kurt.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a
It's
lot.
a lot of techniques. To which I think some could actually apply to animation as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
it would,
Hmm.
especially the motion blur and the speed ramping.
Oh yeah, that one.
I hope you could apply it, and maybe we could see that animation of yours soon.
I like
Yes,
how
I'd
technical the
like to
actual
see that.
lesson is.
We're year 12s are gonna have this animation thing that will be out by December, I think.
Mhm.
Okay, tag us, Rian. We'd love to see
Yeah.
that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so now for those who are sticking in, our loyalists, hello, a still active comment section. Hello, thank you for staying us this whole afternoon. I hope you're enjoying as much as I do, and I hope you stay loyal. Sabi nga nila, sana lahat loyal, di ba? But it's time now for some Q and A's, some questions. So I couldn't keep up earlier with those interesting questions, but now is the time for your questions. I'd like to ask first those questions from the survey. Kurt, uh,
Mhm.
I think this goes for you, Kurt.
Okay.
Uh, am I right that the first digital content that you produce is the Dubai video? Because there's a question. What
Oh,
digital content did you all produce? And what type of digital content is your favorite?
that wasn't the first digital content I created. The first one was actually an application, a video application for a job I wanted. There's this company in New York called Beautiful Destinations. They're a travel content creation company, and they were hiring that time. And I just created a small montage of all my travels. And actually, that montage I created was what agencies discovered me. They're the big agencies, ad agencies saw my work because it trended back then. Okay, so yeah, that was the first, and the Dubai was maybe the special one because it was my first personal work when I transitioned into.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask about two questions here, Kurt, before we go to the comment section.
Mhm.
Uh, is it crucial to have good editing apps for digital content? And if it is, can you suggest apps that are good quality, sort of like that?
Okay, I use the Adobe Suite. I use the Premiere Pro for editing, After Effects as well, and it's a basic tool. It's anyone could actually use it. It's user friendly. It's maybe one of the industry standards also. And but slowly, right now, I'm transitioning into DaVinci Resolve. Uh, it's one of the more booming softwares right now for video editing. So you might want to look into it.
Yes. The venture is solved. Okay, Kirk, what's the most important thing or list of things to have when starting a career in the creative industry?
Mhm. Okay, things. Okay, so maybe literally first would be the tools, okay, the best camera that you could invest in. And this may not be a thing, but you really have to have that grit, that hustle if you want to start in creative industry. The competitiveness in this industry is intense, and you really have to push and keep being motivated to pursue this career.
Yeah, okay. So last, Kirk, before we go, I think probably Jap and Rian has a question or two. Where did you start? Where did you first start showing off your content, showing your content, and how did you get client engagement?
Okay, so I started uploading my content in Facebook. It was back in 2014, 2015. I just kept uploading, and as I said uh, earlier, I made this um, video application for a company, and I just uploaded it to Facebook, and somehow it trended, and that's when the industry noticed me. So yeah, that was the first platform, and eventually I explored Instagram, which was really, really hard to be consistent with. There's a lot of very engaging um, accounts, Instagram accounts out there, and it's really hard to be noticed in Instagram. Unlike Facebook, where just one click, one share from your friends, it's a domino effect. So maybe you could consider Facebook first as your main platform because it's just really easy to have that reach.
Yeah, and just a little bit of statistics. Filipinos are majority in Facebook
Yeah.
compared to Instagram and YouTube. Okay, so Rian, you have a question or Jap? Rian first. You go ahead first.
Mm, since I'm not that social and I don't have much friends, how do you actually get engagements when being online? Because it's not just about posting and how you get engagements with people, it's also about how other people see your work and then like, oh my gosh, and then you share it. And then you share it on your timeline or something.
Well, word of mouth is, it's very powerful. So you really have to uh, have that connection with your circle first, your friends, then eventually want to be engaged in communities, in groups with the same industry as you, even though you're not sociable enough. But with your communities, with your circle, with your friends, they'll be the ones to be social for you. They'll be the word of mouth. Okay, so that's when the your name would eventually reach potential clients.
Where can you actually start? As in, where can you start online? That is.
Sorry, what do you mean start online?
As in, where can you start making that circle if you're targeting
Mm,
for online clients, or if you're going to target international attention like that?
well, in my experience, it's really Facebook. Okay. When I started
So
sharing my content in Facebook, that's when really blew up.
So it's really Facebook. The deal is really Facebook.
Yeah. But
Or
now
I guess
it's Instagram right now. I get a lot of inquiries through Instagram. It's the new LinkedIn for creatives.
so. It really depends on where you are in the current moment.
Yeah. For the situation in with my Dubai video, I I got international clients because I had a friend in Dubai, based in Dubai, which showed which he showed that video to his friends and eventually reached potential clients. So, you know, you really never know. Just
It's
post your
actually
work.
pretty cool though. It comes from one person, then spreads to
Yeah,
like five more, then five times more, then five times more, then five times
yeah.
more.
That's why word of mouth is really powerful.
Yeah. All right, your turn,
Rian,
Jap.
there are comments for you.
Oh,
Uh,
oh,
Michelle
I see
Anne
them.
says, we can be friends, ate. And Jacob asks, we're not friends? Oh.
I haven't met you guys yet. Sorry.
That's an oof
I
moment
have to
right
kind
there.
of meet you guys first. We haven't seen each other personally and such and such.
Now is the time.
Pro- Probably
Bro.
you're going to be an instant celebrity after this, Rian. Okay, how about you, Master Senpai Jap? You have a question
Master
or two
Senpai
for
Jap.
Sir Kirk?
I th- I think why I only have like one question in mind is that kasi a lot of influencers say that when you do your content, you just keep doing it, man. Like you'll grow eventually. But like for me, that's too big of an answer. Like tell me how, di ba? Parang ganun. So like my question is like between raw talent and your circle of contacts, what is the I guess the fastest way to grow as a influencer? I guess that's my question about it.
Okay, here's the thing. There's no fast way to be where I am right now. I really
Oh,
had
of
to
course.
do that grind. So, especially Instagram, I really had to to work on those followers, those engagement, because it's not overnight. Really have to do the work, do the grind, do the hustle. So that's why what I said at the end of my presentation, you have to keep creating. Okay? So that's when you really push yourself to do more and eventually be recognized. Okay?
Mm.
You know, just do the work, man.
Yeah.
Of
Sorry,
course.
Senpai Jap. Yeah, you must really do the hard work, man.
Yeah.
I'm,
Like
I'm more
Sir
talking
Kirk
about
said.
po like like not really the duration because I mean I
Mhm.
clearly know naman na yung industry natin is like very you have to put the work in order to get the results. I'm more like what sort of toes the line into what further progresses you as a artist? Is it like your motivation to create, or is it more of like the connections you create along the way? I'm sort of
Okay.
talking about that
Um,
situation.
to be honest, I'm not really a sociable person. I'm an introvert, and it's really hard for me to do PR and all that. That's why comparing it to my competition in the industry, I'm quite behind because it's really a struggle for me to be sociable, to be, marketing myself as a creator. So that's when I try my best to channel all those into the work I do. Just create the best quality work that would get noticed by people, the clients, and I have my friends to actually PR my work to other people. So keep those contacts, those close friends. You never know who they can tap into and show your work to.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah, and I'd like
I've
to
never
add a little
related
bit of
to
that, but
before.
yeah, because based on experience as well, um, I think most of the young creators today, the starting creators, they're not they're not actually, decided what to do. Meaning to say is, you ask yourself first, are you doing it for the sake of you getting noticed by the public? Or just like Sir Kurt or in which we do this because we have to work. And this is work for us. Yes, it's glamorous. We travel around the world, especially Sir Kurt. But at the end of the day, it's still work for us. More than, getting a lot of hearts and likes. Remember, at the end of the day, you are only as good as your last work. So if you don't pour yourself out on that particular work, then you're practically done. Remember, since you're youngsters, you want to start this career in the industry, you have to decide first: am I going to use Instagram for my personal contentment, or I want to work for these clients? Answer those particular questions first. I think that's the first thing that you need to do before you ask about what platforms or how am I going to get noticed, because it's easier to get noticed now compared before you really
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to go to the agencies, you really have to go to the clients, present your work to them and prove to them why you're good. But now you just have to upload for the sake of being viral, but then after that, what happens next? So before any technical thing that comes into your mind, you answer first: am I going to do this for work? I want to establish myself as a good director, photographer, animator, or you just want this for your personal consumption. So just a piece of advice for you all guys there. Okay, so let's go to the comment section. Uh, oh, there's a lot. Okay, from Miona Reyes, Sir Kurt, as someone who has experience as a content creator and encourages to keep creating, how do you deal with burnout other than resting,
Oh,
gathering inspirations, and such?
okay. So burnouts and blackouts are, unavoidable as a creative. But as what you said, other than resting, I guess that's the most important part as a creative. You really have to rest, and especially when you're starting your career, clients start to go in, work starts to pour. You have to learn how to say no. Okay? It's not just yes, sure, sure, let me do that. Let me do that for you. Sure, I can do that for you. You have to say no because we have as creatives we have limits. No, we're not robots. So you really have to take that break. And as one of my advices, you have to do your personal work. Okay, just to have a break from all those commissioned work, those projects you have. Okay, that creating your personal work actually is resting for you. So yeah, that's
And
so
then
that's
there, go ahead, go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, so other question is, what's this? I struggle with posting every day due to my limited energy. Kids, if you really want to work in the industry, it's not just posting on Instagram or YouTube and wait for clients to notice you. If you really want to work, you should call clients, make presentations, attend the bidding. So there's a lot of work to do prior to just uploading. That's why Sir Kurt said a while ago, just keep on creating first, do what you love. That's the most important thing, because at the end of the day, you'll just get frustrated. I put so much work on this, but I'm not getting noticed, because that's what's on your head. Just do what you love first. Okay. Let me see. I'm just okay, Sir Kurt. Uh, who are your inspirations when you're starting?
Ah, okay. Inspirations. Um, well, back in the back in 2015 where I started this, there was Sam Colder. I guess you're familiar with him, and that's for the cool lifestyle videos that got me inspired. But there's one more guy who got me inspired. His name is Chris Burkhardt. He's a filmmaker, an adventure filmmaker, and he does this documentaries, films about his adventures. And you might want to look him up, and I hope you get inspired as well.
Yeah, and Chris is a Sony Alpha professional in the US, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Yes, yes. It's really good. Okay. From Carlos, any tips for building portfolios? What should we put in our portfolios to make it look good and presentable?
Is that for me, or do you want to answer that, Sir Nigel?
Oh, that's for you, sir. I'm just reading comments.
Okay. Well, basically, you really have to put your best work in your portfolio. If you're creating a reel, the best shots, the best work you have, you really have to showcase that. You don't want to showcase mediocre work that you've done. Okay? So you really have to show the best that you have.
Okay, so before we go into the technicals, okay, let me just uh, read some comments. Okay, Rian and Jap, you have questions after those, or you good to proceed?
Not as of
Wala
now,
naman.
actually. I'm enjoying reading the comment section full of questions. There's
Mm.
a lot.
Yep. Okay. I know. Thank you, CIIT. This is a very interactive workshop. I love
Yeah.
it personally. Very good. Okay, Sir Kirk, let's go a little bit to the technical side. From Lian, does the Alpha 7C can be used to photograph sceneries and art?
Definitely. Okay? This 7C is a full frame camera. Okay? You'll get the best quality out of it, and you can really use it in any situation. For me, I use it for travel, and definitely for you, you can do it for your artworks, your still shots, and it's the perfect partner you could have. It's small, it's lightweight, and you don't really need to put a lot of effort into using it. You can use it in any
Oh,
situation.
I actually thought of a question
Yeah.
just now. Does that actually work underwater?
Oh no, it doesn't. You have to buy a underwater housing for it.
That would have been cool.
Yes.
Oh no, it
Well,
doesn't work
there are a
underwater.
lot of housing. Yeah, there are a lot of housing. Okay,
Yeah.
Sir Kirk. Sorry, I missed this. What are the? This is from Joanna. What are the copyright rules of common content creating platforms, and which of these sites are friendly for content creating in terms of copyright rules? She's talking about copyright.
Hmm. Well, I'm not really sure how to answer that. It's very. It's a lawyer maybe can answer that, but um, in my situation, in the content I do, um, music would be the you know most likely to get copyrighted. Um, you really have to invest as well, to music libraries, to stock footage, subscriptions. So just so you're safe, okay. But when you're starting, it's not really a big deal if you use copyrighted music in your social media platforms like Instagram. It's not they're not really that strict, but in Facebook and in YouTube, that's when you have issues with copyright. So maybe if you don't want that stress of copyright issues, maybe Instagram is one platform for you to showcase your work. But that's what I said. You have to invest in social media, in music libraries and stock footage libraries, just so you're safe and clean.
If I may also add to that question, you have options. Okay, number one, Sir Kirk said you can invest. There are a lot of music library websites around the globe. Second is if your platform is YouTube, there's a thing called the YouTube Audio Library. Just search it, and you may use any music from there on your videos, provided you should upload it on YouTube. And third, if you want free music, then you can also search for a website called Creative Commons. So it's actually a copyright totally office, copyright office that has music, sound effects, and graphics that you may use, provided you give credit to them.
Yeah.
Next is you may also do it old school. If you like the music of your favorite artist, then probably send them a message and tell, hey, I want to use this music. Can I use it for my video? Especially if
Right.
that artist is growing and young like you. So
You
both of
never
you
know.
wants to be recognized. Yeah, so collaboration. That's the easiest thing. Okay, so next is Then let's go to the technicals. All right. There's a question. Let me go back a bit. Uh, there's a question about the other Sony cameras aside from the Alpha 7C. If you want to start, um, we can recommend the ZV1, Zebra Thailand Dash One. It's a good camera as well. So if you want to start your video content, you can start from there. And then where is that technical question? Okay, so for those who are asking for the price of the A7C, we'll reveal it in a while. So let us just answer your questions first. So what camera is student budget friendly? Guys, I told you earlier, invest for the future. That's all I can say. If you were to buy If you were to buy a camera from Sony, which model is most advisable in terms of budget and quality? First, what do you want to create? Are you video centric? Are you photo centric? Are you both? So there, you have a lot of options. So decide first what you want to do. Uh, what is this about the home credit? Yes, Sony Philippines is supporting home credit, provided that you should buy on authorized Sony dealers nationwide. All right. Okay, so Kirk, going back to you. Oh, sorry, there's so many questions. Okay, where's that? I got lost. Okay, how long does it take to make your content pre-prod to editing? I tend to be hard on myself for working slow, so I was wondering how much time it takes for a professional to make content. That's from Michaela. Okay, Sir Kurt, how long
Okay.
do you make your content?
Okay. So it really depends. Um, there's this time when you know this as an art student, as a creative, when you're in the zone, you just really want to finish as fast as possible because you're just so inspired and motivated to finish that artwork. So it really takes lesser time. Okay, so maybe for example, one of the fastest I've done, but pero there's still quality, is maybe around one whole day of editing. That's without the pre-prod. Okay? But if I'm really inspired and really motivated, I can finish one whole video in a day. and that's not mediocre. Okay, but there are also times where I really want this to be a masterpiece, and I have to, stretch out the time, make sure that it's perfect. There's this thing we actually call marinating. Okay, so you edit your content, let it sit for a while, maybe a few days, go back to it, look at it, see if it's still good for you, if it still passes your standards. And if it's not, go back to your editing cave, work on it again. So it really depends. There are times like that, and there are times that you're just so in the zone that you finish right away.
Yeah.
Maybe the longest I've done is a year for one video because I just really want it to be very special.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So I think we're down to our last question. Sir Kurt, how do you develop confidence in yourself and your work, especially when you're a beginner and there are really great creators out there?
Okay, this brings us back to creating personal work. Okay, so you create your personal work. You're confident that it's something that you love, that you like, that you created, and for sure that will bring out the confidence in you. Uh, this is my work. I'm proud of it. I want to show it to the world. Even though I'm starting, this is the best I've done. So you really have to work on those personal projects because it also brings out the confidence in you.
Okay, so thank you guys for those wonderful questions. Now,
Thank
for
you.
those who are interested about the Alpha 7C, about the price, we can here it is below us. This is the special pre-order price of the Alpha 7C. So there's a kit, actually, a kit lens that includes on the pre-order. So Kirk and I have the two-tone.
Yeah,
So this is the two-tone A7C. So we have it's a
yeah,
beautiful 35 millimeter camera, and I think we can go full screen to our director about the pre-order. So we may read it, the full screen posters of the A7C. There you go. All right. So for the price, you get actually a good bundle with a free SD card, a battery, and a discount on the Bluetooth battery grip, in which Sir Kirk will show right now. There you go, Sir Kirk. Can you switch to, there you go, the Bluetooth battery grip. So if you're an aspiring vlogger, you want to create a lot of content for yourself, and that's it. There. So that's the Alpha 7C. There you go. With two tones. So it comes in the black if you want the body, and if you want the two-tone silver with the kit lens, which we highly recommend, then you can get it with the special bundle. So Sony Philippines will now give you the link on a comment on how you pre-order. There you go. Thank you, Sir Valoren, on those full screen posters. There you go. You can switch it back to us. So before we end, all right. So that's it, everyone. Thank you very much. Let's thank first Rian and the senpai. Jap, thank
thanks.
you very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Thanks for
Senpai Jack.
sticking out.
That's really my
Yeah, no
Thank
nickname
you.
now.
problem. It's fun.
Turned
Yeah, it
out to
was
be a
fun.
whole
Thank you.
day.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this session. You learned a thing or two
Especially the
from
comment
Sir
section.
Kurt. Yeah, and
Thank
for
you.
those
Thank you.
who comment section, yeah, Sir Kurt, final words for our students.
Okay, so I hope you guys learned a lot. It's been an honor to be here in front of you guys talking about how to jumpstart your career. I'm wishing you the best in your path, in your own journey. I hope you find your career path and be successful in it. And thank you, Nigel. Thank you, Sony, for having me here today.
Yeah, so again, thank you, Rian, Jap, and Kirk. So if you guys want to learn more about the work of Kirk, you can search him probably on Facebook and Instagram. What's your IG feed
Yes, it's just
handle? What's your handle?
Kyrke Jaleco on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. Alright, so
Yeah,
follow
so you
me,
have you
subscribe.
have yeah, and Rian and Jap, you have a lot of fans. So can they be friends daw po?
I'm already friends with all of them. Almost.
Okay, so everyone, the A7C is a good investment. You know what A7C stands for? It's called Alpha 7 Christmas. So it's
Oh.
gonna be a perfect Christmas gift. Because I tell mom, dad, I've been a
Yeah.
good girl, I've been a good boy. The Alpha
Ninong?
7C is on pre-order. Alpha 7 Christmas.
Mom, I aced my exams. Can I
Christmas
get the
wish
camera
list.
now?
Yes, I
Yeah.
aced my final exams, you
Ninong,
know.
please.
So So thank you, Sir Jasper. I hope you're still here listening. Thank you to CIIT for allowing us from the Sony Philippines family to be with you this afternoon. And I just like to end this with a simple sentence. Remember, students, you are not investing for your today. You're investing for your future. So whatever you decide to do today will affect your future, whether your career, whether you want to create content, and equipment. So it's really great to invest on equipment that will help you not just jumpstart your career, but maintain your career, especially in this,
Yes.
constantly evolving digital creation age. So on behalf of the the Philippines family, we wish you all safe. Please be safe and have a wonderful Christmas. And we pray that you'll be okay. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. Bye bye.
Thank you guys.
Bye bye.
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 Alpha.